What's up, guys? This is the real Quake here with another challenge video. This is a rematch with HerpLeGusta. So just look at the team preview real quick. I don't like what I see, mostly with Terrakion and Mamoswine. Plus, leading up to this battle, Herp was asking me some interesting, detailed questions about Earthquake, and I know he was doing some damage calculations because he was asking me the nature of my Nidoking and what its IV spread loosely was, stuff like that. So I had a feeling that this was going to go poorly for me, but I figured I'd go with it, see what happens. So he leads off with Terrakion right off the bat. I decided to lead with my Zoroark disguised as Muck, hoping he would kind of do something different. He comes at me with a Stone Edge, which made sense, I guess. I was hoping he would do something like an Earthquake or something that'd be less powerful, but either way, Zoroark just goes down in one shot. Terrakion's pretty powerful, so there's not much I could do about that. I sent in the real Muck, and he decides to switch. I wasn't totally sure why he did that, maybe because Terrakion was choiced, but he switches into Sharpedo. Luckily, I'm coming at him with a Brick Break, so it's going to do some pretty good damage to him. Sharpedo's defenses aren't very strong, plus he's weak to it, so Muck's going to do some good damage. I wasn't sure what he comes at me with an Earthquake, which I'm noticing a bad trend already, that he's got a lot of guys that have Earthquake. I found out by the end of the battle that he had, at least 4 of his guys had Earthquake, which is something that does not bode well for a team that only has 1 immunity to it and 4 weaknesses. So I went for a stockpile. I did not expect the Earthquake. I was just going to beef myself up a little bit. I figured he would switch, but he didn't. And then I saw how much damage it did to me. I did a quick calculation in my head. Assuming he did, about average damage that he would have done, I would have been able to survive this Earthquake, so I kept Muck in. Ended up surviving it just barely, but that's okay. I came back with a Brick Break and finished off Sharpedo before he could get too fast and fully sweep my team. But Muck is really low at this point, and is really only good for a free switch-in. He doesn't have a whole lot of health left, and he's pretty slow, so he's not going to be doing any sweeping. He sends out Gallade. I wasn't sure. I expected a Shadow Sneak or something like that, so I switched to Drapion to take. I remember last time he had Shadow Sneak on him, so I was hoping he would just do a little bit of damage. But Gallade also packs Earthquake, so like I said, he's got at least 4 that I know of. He's got Gallade, Sharpedo, Terrakion, and I'm assuming his Mamoswine also has Earthquake, just because it's so powerful. So the only 2 that wouldn't would be his Weezing, and I wasn't sure if his Salamence did or not. It never got to that point. But when all of his guys are packing just really powerful attack that my team is weak to, there's not much I can do about it, so I'm kind of doing what I can here. Sends out Weezing off of the switch because Crobat would hit Gallade pretty hard. Does a decent chunk to Weezing. But Weezing's got some great defense on him, so there's not much else I can do about that. I'm expecting a Will-O-Wisp, so I go for the taunt. So that way I get not only a free turn, but he can't do any of his Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split, any of his goofy status moves, and sure enough, there's the Willow. So now I know at this point, Weezing's attacks aren't going to be too powerful. I'm assuming he's going to come at me with a Flamethrower or something, so I go for a Super Fang just to weaken him, because I know we already saw Brave Bird only does about a quarter of his HP. So I need to get him down lower before I can finish him off. So sure enough, he comes with a Flamethrower. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, which is pretty much what I expected. And Crobat's going to keep restoring health. I know at this point in battle, I'm in pretty good shape as long as he doesn't burn me. That's the only thing I'm worried about, because I know Crobat will not lose to Weezing unless he gets burned. So literally every time he shoots me with a Flamethrower, I'm like, crap, did I get burned? No, okay. Crap, did I get burned? No, okay. We're doing good. At this point, the taunt wore off. I wasn't sure if I should go for it again. I decided to just because I knew he wouldn't be able to do a whole lot of damage to Crobat. It's definitely the safer play. Because Crobat is, like I said, he's not taking a whole lot of damage. I do have Roost if I need it. I ended up not using it just because I didn't feel threatened in any sort of way. And like I said, as long as I can avoid the burn, I'll be in good shape. And Flamethrower's only got a 10% chance of burn, which is not that high. And I know he didn't come at me 10 times, so I was like, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling good. Oh, there's the burn. Awesome. So of course, right when I'm about to finish off Wheezing, Crobat gets burned. So my whole plan of avoiding the burn and just finishing him off right here, the very last turn, sort of falls to pieces. I would have switched a lot earlier, but I didn't have anybody that I was willing to risk a flamethrower or a burn or any of that stuff on. So I figured I'd just keep going with Crobat. He comes at me with flamethrower. Again, he's able to finish me off here. He crits me, but it really doesn't matter. So Wheezing is really low. I decide to send out my Zoroark. I think Zoroark at this point. I gotta wait for all this. No, I actually sent, that is my Zoroark, I believe. It's disguised as my Nidoking. No, that's actually my Nidoking. I just don't remember much of this battle. It was kind of one-sided. Plus I had another one right after it that I will upload shortly after this one. So I send out my Nidoking, finish off Wheezing. He sends out Terrakion. At this point, Terrakion outspeeds my entire team and is going to fire off really powerful Earthquakes on all of them. So I send out Muck just to get the free switch. He's not going to do much anyway, because I know he's going to outspeed me, so I'm like, well, I'll just reset everything. Hopefully I'll send out Toxicroak. I don't think Toxicroak's faster than Terrakion, but it's the only chance I have at this point to do anything. So, here comes Toxicroak. I try for an Ice Punch, but he outspeeds me, finishes him off pretty quick. And then once Nidoking will come out, Terrakion will knock out Nidoking with another Earthquake. And that's going to be the end of the battle, so I'm going to sort of spare you the suspense on this. But good game to Herp. I took the first one, but he adjusted his strategy. He figured out my weakness and took care of me the second time around, which is kind of what you like to see. You like to see the challengers learning from their previous battles and coming back stronger than they were the first time. So, good game. Enjoy your badge, and I'll just let this play out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.